Alrighty traders, hello everybody, this is John Howell here. So today, bit of a market update for you guys across the market right now. And a bit of an overall sentiment where we are right now in these markets is a few things here. A few things that I was actually talking about with some of my inner circle and my 1% club, which you can apply for that second link in the description there. But the whole thing is I was talking them through about where we are right now in the major cycle of things. And one of the big things that I've learned from Howard Marks and even people like Ray Dalio is the sentiment of why 95% of traders lose money. And one of the biggest mistakes they make is they see what has done well. And then they think what has done well in the last couple of years is probably likely to continue doing really well in the next couple of years. So an example there is a conversation that I had today with one of my 1% club group. They're just amazing. I'm just, for you guys 1% in my 1% club, I'm with them every single day. It's just, man, we are kicking some serious butt in that room this year. It's been we haven't had a lot of trades, but there's been really big profits and small losses, and it's been amazing. But we had a conversation there, and one of the guys actually said to me, and he said to me that someone that he knows, I won't mention that because I'm not going to put this person down, but this person said to him that they think that gold is going to double for where it is right now. But you think about gold has already been in a massive big bull market, right? Gold has already been in a massive, massive big bull market from there. And if you go actually look at, this is the gold chart from here, and we go look at gold, this is the gold chart here. So they are saying that they think gold is going to double from where it is right now, price-wise. Now, one of the things is, once again, is that we want to make sure that we're learning. One of the best things that I've done for my own personal trading and just looking at the markets and understanding these things is learn from the legends, right? I originally learned trading the markets and understanding these markets. I learned from my millionaire mentor. But then I've also started understanding the psychology of traders and a lot of things around these markets. And one of the things, as I was saying there, is most traders think that what has done well, like for example, gold's had a big breakout since 2024. It's almost 2 years of a big breakout, right? But you see, most of the time when we go through a big couple of year breakout, you know that eventually that trend is going to end, right? It's not likely to continue. Every now and then you will get the continuation. But if we're looking at the odds, which is most of the time, those trends end. So for example, this particular guy was saying that he knows someone who says that gold's likely to double. So looking at gold right now, you know that because we've actually been up here, once again, what Howard Marks said, and also Ray Dalio, the legends of this field, one of the big mistakes that most traders make is they think that what has done well is likely to continue doing really well. This is where even for people that like to invest, right? It's like the whole dynamic is, and I'm thinking about an example of, say, the stock market, right? Let's actually go to here, where we're just here. If we look at the actual stock market, say for example, this one here. Well, when was the best time to look at the actual stock market? When was the best time here? I'll bring up a candlestick chart. So if we're looking at this level here, when was the best time to be looking to get involved with the S&P? Well, we know, right? We know it was what? When most people were fearful. So the psychology of getting ahead in the markets that's where contrarian traders do really well at trading. Now, put a caveat on what I just said there about contrarian. Contrarian is also, they also do understand too, like for example, contrarians, like, it's not saying short the stock market right now, right? Because contrarians also know that big bull markets can last a lot longer than what we think. And then, you know, I've done my fair share of trying to fight a big bull market. But the purpose of me saying what I'm saying here is and one thing I'm seeing right now around all these markets is I'm starting to see this. Now, and I saw it with the whole crypto market as well too. Like if I bring up, this is the chart here around the actual, I was looking at the video here just recently, but looking at the crypto market, right? There's a lot of bullishness around the actual crypto market. This is actually Bitcoin here. So there's been a lot of bullishness around these markets here. And one of the best things I can tell you, and one of the things I can encourage you to look at when looking at the markets, is look for markets that haven't done well for the last few years. Then look, if you're looking to get some good opportunities, they are the markets you should be focusing on. Not the markets that have been doing well have been doing really well this year. So for example, if I bring up this example here, right? So if I bring up here and I look at this here, if you look at the stock market, S&P 500, NASDAQ, those sort of markets, where are we right now here? We're probably around the thrill and euphoria, right? So the thing is that now, depending on how you get involved with these markets, are you looking for a really big move or are you looking for just a short-term day trade? By the way, if you're day trading these markets, meaning you're in and out every single day, that is the hardest form of trading right now. The hardest form of trading. That first thing in the description there, guys, go get access to my free complete breakthrough trading course. I'll walk you through the biggest mistakes that I've made, the chart reading techniques, understanding these things here, my trading system. I teach you all for free. So go get free. I'll literally just give it to you for free, right? Now, what's the catch? There is no catch. If you like that, then you may be really good for one of my inner circle or my 1% club, which is my coaching groups, right? Again, if you just want to shortcut the curve and apply for that, that's that second link in the description there. But if you look at this here right now and think about this from a common sense perspective here, right? And why am I holding this pen for? I don't know, right? But if you look at the market from a perspective of what's going on right now, right? That we can see even when it comes to gold. Now, by the way, I'm a very big believer in gold long term. I believe, now when FYI, around the whole gold market, I believe the coming crash or coming recession is going to be a slingshot move for gold to 10,000 by the end of this decade or by early 2030s. Yes, I see that, right? But markets goes in cycles, right? Markets do go in cycles. Again, if you listen to Howard Marks and you see what he says about these markets and so on and so forth, is that markets just simply go in cycles. So we do know, and you just look at any market out there, right? So again, like, I'm not trying to fight you on your beliefs, but if you just look at the way markets work, we can give ourselves the best chances of having a really good year, right? And I'm just teaching what's really helped me is that I don't know when the bull market's likely to end. Now, if you click on my name on this YouTube channel here and you go to my homepage, my trailer video, I did do a video at the start of this year when we were down the bottom here on the S&P, saying I think we're going to go to 7,500 on the S&P. I'll get to that in just a minute, how I actually got that target, because it's really simple. It's just a Fibonacci projection. But looking at this level here, if you're looking for a good, say, position to get involved with it for the next 1 to 2 years, where's the best chance of doing that? Is it gold now after a big bull market? Well, John, you don't understand. And this is like, I just want you to do the best for yourself, right? And even for the stock market, yes, the stock market may have another couple more months to the upside. But if you're looking for a good position, even especially for you guys that are more like investors, right? Or even if you're looking for positions to hold on to for 6 to 12 months, where are these markets here, right? And this is where, like, for me, when I'm looking at these markets right here, all through here, this is where this level through here is where you want to be focusing on. So, for example, that level there is what? That level there was like gold back when? So this here, right here, that all through there was what? That was when you had what? No one wanted to be part of gold just a couple of years ago. See what I'm saying? That's when you want to be getting involved with it, right? That's when you want to be seeing it. And then we have a really big move to the upside from there. Now we've had a big upside. Now we're starting to get, people say it's going to go out and double again, right? So one of the biggest mistakes, and again, that's not from me, from the legends, Howard Marks, Ray Dalio, the biggest mistakes that people make is they think that what has done well is likely to continue doing well. And you know that that's just not the case, because if you just look at the way these markets work, even gold itself, and you bring up the big, massive long-term gold chart, what do you see? We go through cycles. We go through booms, we go through bust, and we go through cycles. So, why I do see that we're likely to see another nice move out of gold here, and I do see one more blow off top type of move out of gold. This is the end of gold for at least 12 months, right? We're getting towards the end of gold for at least 12 months. Now, why do I say that? Because generally speaking, if you have a good bull market for a couple of years, what did I do that for? Anyway, good bull market for a couple of years, we're probably not likely to do much for a couple of years, right? So just understand that. If you're looking for a trading opportunity, there might be a shorter term move over the next couple of weeks out of gold coming soon. And again, I'm not there yet, but that's what we're coming soon. But when it does, mark my words, guys, mark my words. There's something really big coming in the markets. And when that happens, if we do lead into a recession, gold will get crushed as well. And the thing I'm seeing right now from some people anyway is they think that how can gold go down if the central banks are not going to sell? So how can gold go down? And they have this thing about gold can't go down. But if that's the case, if that is true, what you said there, then how come gold from that low to that high, how come gold went down 8% here? Who was selling through that period there? You see what I'm saying here, right? So it's been debunked massively through here, right? Look at this here. From that point there to that point there. Why did it sell through here? Did the central banks sell? And then they bought and then they sold? Like, no. So you want to just look at the way these markets work. So we're seeing that all through there, guys, right? All through here. Now, if I bring up this level from here and I go back to this is the gold chart. Yes, I'm expecting gold to have a big breakout soon, but this is probably likely to be the last move out of gold. Looking at the silver market as well too. Silver's actually been just holding here. And I know for a lot of you silver guys, I'm laughing because like so many people so many people that are trading silver right now and have done for the last month or so have been like losing hair or going grey. I'm doing both, but that's okay. Right? So one thing we're seeing right now is we're seeing this just sideways movement from here. So one thing I do see is that it's sideways. I do see one more leg coming soon. I see one more leg coming soon out of the metals and the miners. And then it's all over from there. If I go down to say the GDX right now is almost at its highs up here, and the GDXJ, same thing. We're getting ready. I believe we're getting ready towards the end of this move soon, and it looks like that maybe we could actually. We're getting ready towards the end soon. Now, when I say soon, look at that through there, right? Look at that through there. So when I say soon, I simply just mean like, if I'm going back in time, we go to this level all through there, right? So we may have from here to here, we may have this short-term move coming soon out of this one here. The SIL, that next resistance point is around the $60 mark from there. So that's that first sort of short-term resistance. Now, caveat on what I just said there. Some people are like, but John, you said SIL is going to go to 75. I don't know where the market's definitely going to go. I'm giving you my opinion, right? But the thing is that I'm giving you short-term targets. So short-term targets means that that the first level of resistance is $60. If that doesn't hold, then yeah, we're probably likely to go to 70. But just bear in mind too that if you see the way the markets work, look at this here. This here really has just been one big price move here on silver, on SIL, should I say. It's been pretty vertical, all pretty on that weekly chart for quite some time. There will come a time soon when that happens, when we get what? It goes up and we get a big pullback, and we go up and we will get that big pullback. It's not just going to keep going straight up and up and up and up and up. That's not how markets work, right? Look at the chart. Look at the chart. Not what you hope or what you think or what you're fearful of or what sort of stuff. No, look at the chart. And then we can just go with that there. The reason why I'm saying that is that if you're in a trading opportunity, don't try to look for a massive move out of $80 because it may not come. Now I believe it's going to come. I believe we're going to get there, but that's probably likely to take time, right? So the first target is that one there, and then also the SIL as well from there as well too. So let's actually go quick look at one thing I've been focusing on right now, guys, is TMF. TMF. And why have I been focusing on TMF? This is the weekly chart here, TMF. Why? Because TMF, if I'm looking at my Wall Street cheat sheet, right, to give me the best chances of having a really good trade, or at least this is probably going to be more like a shorter term investment opportunity, which is probably looking for a good 6 to 12 months. I'm now focusing on that because guess what? TMF is down here, right? That's where TMF. It's been crushed for many years. People hate it. Oh my goodness, right? So I'm looking now. I'm not getting anything now. It's probably going to take another good couple of weeks, maybe to a month, to get ready for a good trade. But I'm lining myself up for a potential really good buying opportunity for maybe a good 6 to 12 months out of that level there. And why once again? Because look at this here. So again, I was talking about this today with my 1% Club group about exactly what I'm looking for from there. So I won't walk through the exact details of what I'm actually looking for, but just rest assured that I believe we're getting very close. And over the next couple of months, we could start to see that. Now, what I do see happening though, if you actually look at the 30-year interest rate, it looks like we're about to go for another move to the upside. So short term, we're probably going to get a move to the upside, which is quite weird, right? Because it's like, drop the interest rates, drop the interest rates, drop the interest rates. But the 30-year, right? The actual ones that actually do matter to the economy, 30-year, we're doing this through here, right? And we're doing this through here. We're probably getting ready for another move to the upside when it comes to the interest rate. So I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see this thing start to have another pop to the upside. So higher interest rates on a short term. So yes, higher interest rates on a short term, meaning 30-year and potentially even 10-year, right? We're probably likely to see higher interest rates there. And that means probably TLT and obviously the TLT, TMF are probably going to have a move on the downside. But that's exactly what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for potentially like a capitulation type of move happening, and then we can go from there as well too, right? Let me go down to the 2-year. 2 years is the one that's obviously the weakest one out of the whole lot of them. And as you can see that from there. And looking at the oil market, guys, people have been sort of, John, what about oil market? Oil market is still down, guys. There's nothing, a reason why I haven't been covering oil, because nothing new has changed, right? People are like, has it broken out? I'm like, no. People were looking for a breakout on oil, right? And if you got into oil, you got in early. I was looking for a long signal, but I didn't get a trigger. I didn't get my entry signal. And now I know that some of you guys just went long oil because you thought it was going to go up. That's where I'm different, right? That's where my trading is all about. I'm seeing things set up. Gold, I'm seeing things set up on gold. TMF, I'm seeing things set up there, right? Mining sector, so on and so forth. Well, actually, yeah, but gold. But I see things set up, but then I need my entry signal to get involved with it. I don't just get involved. I don't just, I try to be as professional as possible to make sure that at the end of every year that I can do really well, right? And once again, guys, this is the reason why my 1% club is so good, because I'm with them. Like I was with them today for about 90 minutes today, walking them through stuff like this to make sure that you're doing the best things you can to have a good, successful year, right? I don't care about having a good, successful one trade or 1 week or 1 month. How do I set myself up to have a really good, successful year? And that's exactly what I'm all about. And I do know a lot of traders, including my gardener, by the way. My gardener was like all over oil. I knew it was the wrong time to look at oil when that actually happened there. But my gardener was actually like that. So what ended up happening was when looking at these markets here, nothing has changed so far, right? And there's been, again, for me, because I have trading rules and trading setups and trading patterns that I trade, I don't just trade based off, I think oil's going to break out, so let's go trade it. If you've done that, you're just a gambler, right? You're part of the 95%. I hope you realize that. Now, if you're like that, I guarantee, and if you have been trading like that for many years, I promise you the last few years have been absolutely crazy for you. You've been selling your stocks when it's absolutely fear, like you probably did in tariff today, right? You're looking to get involved back in right now. You're all over the place. There's no real solid plan. The biggest thing that I can say to finish this video off here is that if you actually want to start to move forward in the right direction, start to gain some positive momentum, then we need to have some sort of plan that we're following. And getting involved with oil because you think it's going to go up, that's not a plan, right? At least we need to have some sort of trading patterns and so on and so forth from there. But we're looking at oil right now, guys. Oil has been continuing to go down, and just everything is down. There's no breakout here yet. There's no I was waiting to see if we did get a breakout and then a confirmation for me there. But there was nothing there, so I'm not in a trade out of oil. And right now, the trend has continued to be down. And this is the most important thing, is you have a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and a lower high. So right now, the trend is down.